Hey, what's up guys? Towels here, and I'm back with another Project Diablo 2 video. Coming at you from Season 10, Desecration. It's been a 6 season so far, and I love to see all the players in the game and lots of new builds in play as well. So today we're going to have our first Slam Fest of the season, including that unique Sacred Armor you saw in the thumbnail, on day 3. Also, if you think you know the end of the video because I'm wearing green, you do not. This is a Leviathan. So I'll start with the slams, ID that sacred armor, and see what we get. Then I'll quickly go over my Berserk Barb build as well and show you a sick map with some insane drops. So if you're new to the channel and want to catch more PD2 content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay guys, here we go. First slam session of the season. So we'll start off with some weapons here across the top. Talk a little bit about the desired slams that I'm looking for. We'll finish off with this Shaco over here as the slam, and then I will be IDing this potentially TYRAEL's Might over here. So Kasahi with the jokes, right? Renaming this to Copium's Might. We'll see which T-Might this one turns into. If it's blue, we will slam it, hoping for 3 sockets. If it's green, I don't think I will slam it just yet. It's useful without it, and there's not really a particular slam to go after with it. So we'll decide that as we go. Obviously, early season in here, some of these items I've got kind of some decisions essentially to make about slamming or not, like this Shaco, these Drax. They're definitely sellable for value clean, but since I'm going with bossing and potentially, and I've got a backup pair of these Drax, then I'll be going for some of these. So yeah, so without further ado, let's get started with the weapons. So F Stalker's Cull. F, I don't really know if this matters so much here, but martial arts sins, definitely a bunch of viable builds there. Could be something interesting, 3 sockets, or even like a minus enemy resistance roll or something like that. We'll see. 2 sockets, that's usable. 4 open socket, or +4 shadow killers over here. That's the important roll for it, and then that would be for Mind Blasting. You're just looking for +1 skills, really. 2 sockets as well. Okay, consistent start anyway. Gut Siphon, this is kind of just a fun build with Desecrate. I think you can run a Corpse Explosion build with this, basically proccing with Innocence on a Merc or something like that. I don't know the exact details, but it's a cool item. So the Desired Slam, ARED against demons. That's not it, but still cool. Alright, Gavel of Pain. Here we go. This is a great Merc weapon, leap weapon, 6 sockets. Okay, first big slam. Alright, solid start. And then next up, I've got a Grandfather Colossus Blade. Great sword, actually will be perfectly relevant for my Frenzy build if it so decides to slam well. Oh, it survived also. Deadly Strike, interesting. Okay, so a plain Deadly Strike slam on that. So I'll get the Lacerator as well, obviously a GG throw barb item. Looking for, not a brick, but okay, first brick out of the way. Cool. Titan's Grip. Just a block-based gloves, new for the season. 6 to all attributes. That's a big slam. I like that, but I don't know what to use the item for. So really just doing these 2 for fun. Twilight's Reflection. No 6 open socket Hyperion. Thanks, senpai. Okay, so next up we've got a Tooth Row. Kind of a Bleed Bard favorite, Bleed Barbarian favorite. So looking for really 3 sockets on this would be the best. Thorns on a brick. Okay, at least we got it out of the way. Alright, next up the gloves. Dracul's Grasp, IAS, ED, Deadly Strike. A lot of really good mods on this. Even FCR, actually, honestly. Oh, survived. Plus to life. 37 to life. I like that. I like that quite a bit. No, nothing wrong with a big life slam on that. Mage Fists, we're looking for 10 FCR. Got Cold Res. It survived. 15 poison damage, Venom Grips. Not really a popular item. Mana Regen. Okay. Laying of Hands here. Again, same Fizz results would be great on this. Low roll on damage to demons, but whatever. Brick on poison duration with the same skin. Looked like it survived. I guess I shouldn't speak too soon on that. 61 enhanced defense. Okay, so they lived. Let's keep track of some of these cooler slams. Alright, some boots. So I got Goblin Toes, Alders, Gore Riders, and then 2 res boots over here. Goblin Toe, maybe like 3% PDR or something would be cool on it. Max Cold Res. That's like a Rathma Slam on a non-Rathma item, so we'll see. Maybe at a budget. Alders Advance, big Fire Res, big Life. Looking for Max Fire, Max Light. Those would be good ones to have. 3 LPK. Oh, okay. Interesting. Gore Riders. Honestly, the value's in the Deadly Strike and the Crushing Blow, so we'll slam them and just see what happens. Oh, that's the second one I've pricked of these. Maybe that's a bad decision. Anyway, some res boots with MF. Honestly, just doing these because of the MF. Ooh, 3% PDR on a brick. Oh man, we're getting some good slams, but nothing like fully matching up. So here's some mesh boots. Similarly, 25 MF roll here. Curse res? That's weird. Okay, so loot filter, Kasahi, if you're watching, that's a weird one. It says curse res on it, but it actually got rep life. Interesting. I guess I'll double check with the filter off a little bit later. Okay, so some random rings and some belts. Here. Max damage, AR, life, some res, and MF. It lived with 10 strength. Okay. Min damage, it's got PLR. I just see what happens with it. 8 vitality. Okay. Jav skills with half freeze, looking for +1 or a brick. Life and some PLR. Really not a great belt, but we'll just see what happens. 10 to energy. 97 to life, 10 PDR on this one. Let's see what happens. 6 to all attributes. Okay. Merc or something. Big life, some res. This one's really questionable, but let's just go for it. Extra cold res. Just toss that. And here we have 99 life and some res. Why am I doing this? Okay. So, interesting. Alright. Okay, so last one is the Shaco here. +1, obviously great. If any max cold res, max poison res, max fire, max light, any of those really fit well. Don't really want 2 sockets on this, but we'll see what happens. Here we go. Did it live? 1 socket. No, senpai, get rid of these. Okay, no more stalling. To the star of the show. Here we go. And again, let Kane do his work. He's been really the better results than I've been IDing so far. So here we go. Chat with him a little bit. You know, stay a while and listen. And after this, we'll put him to work. 3, 2, 1, go. Place your bets. Oh, green. Okay. Let's see. 7 Might Templars. Okay. Alright.
I can't use this yet.
Already green. Oh, okay. Can't use it without the strength from the levy. But alright. I have to figure out some way to get this onto my Merc, I think. He's still using some really crap gear. Alright, so going into my build a little bit, like I said, I'm running Berserk, which is Max Berserk and its synergies, which I'm actually still working on Taunt, but combat reflexes, obviously maxing General Mastery for the damage, attack rating, and the critical strike, which is big too, because I don't have a ton of it on here, 1 in each of the masteries, and then pretty much just 1 in each of the war cries, but I popped a little bit more into battle cry while I was leveling with this, so pretty straightforward there. It does take a lot of stats to wear some of this gear, so strength and dexterity. One of the main things that I wanted to work with is this Azure Wrath though, so I love using this item because of Sanctuary Aura on it, and that really synergizes well with the Mercenary too. So the A4 Dark, he uses Bone Spear, and notice that during testing, actually shout out to Varric for testing this pretty heavily with the A4 mercs, but they're doing good damage, and also that they're really tanky now. They actually are able to survive unlike previous seasons. So yeah, magic damage plus physical damage on this Berserk build, which the skill adds a ton of attack damage and attack rating on it, so it really does a good job. It's like a boosted frenzy build a little bit. So love frenzy, and I figured I'd start with this because I noticed that it was actually fairly easy to get started in maps with it. Like earlier I was running a death rune word, a death colossus sword, and I also had a lawbringer at different points, so really a lot of options for being able to do it. I also was running heavenly garb for a while as well. Slammed max life on that one. If you guys follow any of my sacrifice builds from before, from last season, you'll know how much I love this item. Also running Drax. Some rare rings. I did buy this Verdungos with 2 max all-res that I'm getting ready for map bossing with. And I've got this 3-socket and TYRAELs as well, just in preparation for it. Some MF boots, and then I'm running mostly combat skillers. I had a mix of damage and combat skillers to start with, but now I've got a pretty nice inventory of res and other charms in there. So on swap, sometimes I run harmony, sometimes I've got some Warcry stuff. These are just +2s, but on swap is pretty nice to have also. So I'll share a link to my armory down below as well, but that's pretty much the items on the build. And so now we'll jump into a map and so show what it looks like while playing. And this one had a pretty crazy run of luck during it, so let's get in. Running is a roughly 200 density River of Blood, a really fat map here that this has quickly become my favorite because of the fact that I'm running Leviathan with Runemaster, and that actually gives me 40% curse resistance, which is kind of a big focus of this season. But that together with Frenzy actually means that I barely even notice the Decrepify curse. That's basically the main difficulty of this map. So there you see the Shaco drop that I slammed earlier in the video. Through this, you can see that the mercenary is doing quite a bit of casting on there, so you just want that FCR on him to get those bone spears, the teeth for that damage, as well as the amplify damage, which he curses quite a bit with. So again, just kind of synergizing with the sanctuary aura, which gives minus magic resistance to enemies. There's a string of ears as well, so that one I need for 15% PDR, and that's what he's using now. But the minus magic resistance, actually, fun fact if you didn't know, that mobs are basically either magic immune or not. There's a unique monster mod for basically magic resistant, which actually doesn't affect magic damage. For some reason, magic resistance is not changed on that. That is just elemental resistance getting raised for those monsters. So this game plays a little fast and loose with the definitions sometimes, but that's just a quirky one. You can see we're using frenzy stacks on this, and there's that Ormus Rose, so I'll ID that one in a little bit also, and then a Titan's Grip. So yeah, all of that happening in really quick succession. This is the craziest map look I think I've had in just like a short period like that, so it was really fun to do. But you can see with the frenzy stacks I get some extra splash damage, and then the damage from Berserk, even though I'm not using any crazy items or anything yet, any crazy weapons at least, with like acid rep and all that stuff, then it still really does a great job of just kind of keeping me alive, basically. So the Merc does die on occasion. When you're talking about such dense maps, like, it's not the cleanest clear. It's not like you have caster AoE telestomping with this or anything. So the Merc is vulnerable at certain different points, and that was bad TP. I almost died also. I'll get back into the game. And now letting Kane get to work. So this ID sesh from Kane actually is why I wanted to use him for the Sacred Armor as well. Because that's a 5 PDR Shaco. Those are some res boots. That was 15 PDR string. I also found a tooth row earlier, but look at that, a combustion fire sork Ormus. Unfortunately only plus 10%, but buddy of mine is really enjoying that. And to finish things off, here's a quick clip of the Sacred Armor drop. Sick way to start day 3. Great way to start the whole season. Hope you guys are enjoying, and I will catch you on the next one.